Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video I'm going to show you how to run the move functions that we created in the first video on how to deploy tokens to the Aptos Devnet. So I've seen a lot of comments about people not being able to run the functions from the Aptos CLI. So in this video I'm going to show you a solution to that. First things first, you should know that you cannot run some type of functions that you can't run on the Aptos CLI. For example, some functions that take in arguments and return values, you can't run them. You can't run them on the Aptos CLI. You would have to, uh, use a generated SDK for that. So but I'm going to show you an easier way. You don't have to write your own SDK. You don't have to write maybe a Python or a TypeScript or Rust SDK to be able to call or run functions. You can use a simplified tool that I'm going to show you at the end of this video. So before I continue, I would like to say that if you've been enjoying all the videos that I've been posting recently, please do well to subscribe if you've not done that already, and drop a comment if you don't understand anything. So and also turn on notifications so that when I drop new videos like these, you can be notified. Okay, so this is the repo containing the code from the previous video. Let's just fork it and start up the project from there. So we're going to open this in VS Code. Alright, so we'll open a new terminal. I have not yet added the profile to my bash profile folder, so every time I have to copy this particular line of instruction to my terminal to be able to run the Aptos CLI. So we're going to confirm that the Aptos CLI is working in this terminal. Okay, yeah, it is. So we have our code here. So remember this address, we created it the last time and we don't have that here, so we would have to initialize a new account using Aptos init. So if you notice, the Aptos CLI has been updated. There is a new version 1.0 and it supports the mainnet network now as much as the testnet and the devnet, but we're using the devnet for this tutorial, so we're just going to enter, and a new account will be generated for us and funded with 1 million 100 million octas. So that's basically one apt token. We're going to use this for demonstration in this tutorial. So now that we have a new account, we'll just go to the config file and copy it and replace it here. Did I just copy the same thing? All right, so let's run Aptos move compile. All right, so our code has been compiled, so we can now run Aptos move test just to be sure that everything works well. All right, so the code is good to go. So we're going to make a few modifications to the code. Actually, there were some errors in the functions. For example, we didn't add the coin type for the mint function, so you couldn't pass in the argument for coin type, and also same thing applies for born. And also I think I have deployed this token on the devnet about twice or thrice since this week's devnet was released, so we would have to change the name of the token just so that there will be no confusion when we are adding it to our wallet. So let's just call this not fan. So we'll replace every instance of fan with not fan. Don't worry, you don't have to do this. You can rename it to whatever you want in your own code. So let's fan, or we can just call it fan version 3 or version 4. Let's just use 4 to be safe. You got this fan v4, and replace then for these we do fan version 4 token, and then fan v4. Alright, so let's run Aptos move test again just to be sure. Okay, so everything checks out. So now let's make the modifications I talked about. So first things first, we would have to add the coin type here, fan v4, so to indicate that we are minting this particular token. And then let's add it here also, v4. Alright, then in this function we're going to add one more argument. We're going to add the address that the minted tokens will be sent to. So if you were trying to run this function, you must have gotten an error that the types arguments mismatch. So you're supposed to have 3 arguments here instead of 2. You have the accounts of the signer, the address that the tokens will be sent, the minted tokens will be sent to, and then the amount. So let's call the address user, and then this function will say let coins be equal to coin means fan4, and then coin deposit v4 user, and also the coins that were minted. So would mint first and then deposit. So let's run Aptos move test once again. Okay, we're supposed to add a comma after this. Line 41. Okay. This error, invalid return expression. So let's just do this instead. um okay, we're getting rid of this. Now let's run. Okay, so everything checks out now. Everything checks out now, so we can now publish this on chain by running aptos move publish. Yes, and transaction successful. So now that our transaction is successful, we can go to test it on chain to see what we've done. So first things first, we're going to copy our private key and then move it to the Pontem wallet so we can interact using a wallet app. All right, so import wallet, then so here we have our wallet has been imported here. So we're going to use a tool called the Aptos Module Explorer. So this tool is built by Horizon Tech. I came across it on GitHub. I don't know if an official version exists, but I think this is a demo version that I came across on GitHub, and it works pretty fine. I'm going to drop the link to these two in the description of this video so you can check it out yourself and you can use it to run your move functions also. So here we're going to need to connect to our wallet that we just imported. So let's just check the wallet address just to be sure that we are connected. So as you can see, OX153. So we are connected. Just copy this, and our chain ID is the Aptos Devnet, and we load up this address. So and then our node URL is the full node.devnet, the devnet node URL. So as you can see, all the modules and resources under this account are showing here. So you can see this module has functions and resources. So you can click on the resources and you would find that there is just one function here. Now this is because we didn't add the entry keyword to the other functions in the module, so we're going to do that. This is one of the beauties of writing smart contracts with the move language or publishing to the move virtual machine, because it's upgradable. So we're going to add the entry keyword to our functions and run this again. Run up to smooth tests. All right, so we'll run publish again. Yes. All right, so our contract has been upgraded, so we'll have to refresh this page to see the changes that have been made. So as you can now see, we have 3 entry functions instead of 1. So the first thing we'll do is to initialize the module using the init fan function. Confirm. So the transaction has been confirmed on chain. So as you can see, success true. This means the transaction was successful. And look at the changes that were made. We initialize the fan version 4 token with decimals 18 and with a supply of 0 because we've not minted anything just yet. And of course the symbol. So we're going to copy the token type arguments from this transaction, Control C, and then would have to add it to our wallet so that we can register the token. On Aptos, you have to register your account to receive a token, else if that token is sent to your account, the transaction would not work. So before you, if a friend wants to send you a token, you would have to register your account for that token first before the friend can send the token to you. So now we've registered the account for the token. Now we can proceed to mint some tokens for ourselves. So we'll paste in the token type argument that we copied earlier, and then the address that we are minting the tokens to. Of course, in this case, it will be our own address. So let's just copy. So for some reason, Pontem keeps switching back to testnet sometimes. I think it's an issue with network connectivity. Let's close this and open again. So let's go back to DevNet. Alright. So we're going to copy our address and paste it here. So we want to mint 1 million tokens. So 1 6 zeros. Now remember, in our token code we specify that our token will have a decimal place of 18. So since our token has a decimal place of 18 and we are writing it in a U64 integer format, would have to add 18 more zeros to 1 million. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18. So let's call this function. Let's try with just a million and see. I think we're still connected to, oh, we're connected to the testnet. I don't know why Pontems keep switching back to testnet. Let's go back to DevNet. And we're back to DevNet. Now we can call our function. And success true. So we've successfully minted. Let's check our wallet to see the exact number. So we've minted 0.00. So let's add some more zeros to these. So I think when to be able, because when you add certain numbers as decimal place, I think there's a limit to which you can accommodate number, and you get the out of range error. I don't know why this keeps switching back to testnet. So we've minted more. If you check your wallet, you can see the tokens that have been minted. So here we have 0.1 farm version 4 tokens. So this is how to mint tokens. So we're going to try the burn function. Let's copy this amount and see if we can burn. Now I'm not sure if the burn function will work, but let's just try it. Sorry, let's check. Okay, and copy our coin type again and call invalid type tag. Okay, let's put this here. Oh, we're still getting the invalid type tag. So like I said, I'm not sure this is going to work, so work on this and probably post a new video about how to implement the burn function. But if you're building a meme coin or just any token at all, you can, the most important ones are the initialization and the mint function. Since move modules are upgradable, you can build the initialize function and the mint function first, and maybe probably later add the burn function. Right, you can always add new functions to your move module. So that'll be all for this video. If you learned something from this video, consider subscribing and turning on your notifications so that you get notified when new videos are uploaded.